Philippon Beer Den is intended to be an entertainment show only. The show does not endorse or condone underage drinking or any illegal activity. Homebrew is not for public sale. The show is intended for a mature audience and may have adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy the show.
Hey, why don't you beer me?
And we're live. Welcome to the Philippon Brew Den, where we get to have home brews and you get to meet my friends. And today we have our first guest is Zachary Timmermeyer. Yeah.
Hey, hey.
So here we go. And so this is the first one. So congratulations.
Thank you.
There's been several people that have talked about it and asked and wanted to be the first people on the show, and because I've been talking about this forever, and I think most people that know me probably thought that it was never going to come to fruition, and it's just never going to happen because I've been talking about it now forever. But and we were just discussing why is because basically I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So
Doing good so far.
yeah, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I was a few minutes late, but I guess anybody that knows me knows I'm kind of late for everything. So
And that's the first episode of Denny's.
yeah, and that's it.
That's it. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Good job. Talk to you later. Yeah, so anyway, I finally got this thing off the ground, and from a technology standpoint, it's been, quite the challenge. I do have a ton of friends that I really want to have on here, and
Unfortunately, we won't get to them,
Yeah.
but we'll mention them in the credits.
no, and I'm really happy to have you here. But I wanted to say that anybody that wasn't able to come, don't worry, we're going to have plenty more times like this. So the whole idea behind this, and really everybody has asked, because that's the first thing you're going to ask is, well, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to do? And
We don't even know.
and we don't even know, and that's kind of the important thing. I mean, this is like being a fly on the wall at your local bar, right? So
There's a lot of them.
yeah, so the whole idea is just, we're coming here, we're going to have some home brews, we're just going to talk about whatever
Good
it is that we
stuff.
want to talk about. And I've got some really interesting friends, and you're one of them.
I don't know if we'd say friends. More
Yeah, I
acquaintances,
mean,
but
whatever, acquaintances, whatever. So tell me what you remember about how we first met. If anything. If you don't remember anything, that's fine.
No, it's okay. Jeez, it was like yesterday. I was at a pretty low point in my life, and I remember you were a truck driver, and I needed money fast. Yeah, and you had. I'm just kidding. I didn't need any money. I just did it for fun.
Yeah.
No. You and I were at the peak of our softball careers, and you were the guy that everyone feared to pitch against.
Thank you for lying like that. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I think,
I'll get my
the
check
first
in
time
there,
that I
but-
really met you, though, you were dating my sister-in-law. That was a long time ago,
She's
man.
my best friend.
Yeah.
I love Kim.
Yeah,
She's
and
great.
that was so. Man, that was so long ago. It's almost embarrassing for me to say how long ago it was.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't want to.
More life ago.
It was a long time ago. It was back when we were both incredibly skinny. Yes, I was actually incredibly skinny at the
Yeah,
time.
I still am.
Yeah, well,
I still am. It's
clearly.
the cameras.
Yeah. That's what it is, man.
Yeah. People just look at me through a camera.
Right. Yeah. That's what it is, guys. Anybody who hasn't seen me since high school, what really is going on here is that it's this camera. It's added like the 50 pounds or 60
least.
pounds. I can't
At
even
least.
do the math. It's so much.
Yeah, that's okay. We still crush the ball. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, I use this extra camera weight to hit a ball.
Yeah. And who needs heating oil in the wintertime? We're fine.
Yeah.
We stay warm.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the benefits of living in Maine like this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
Well, we've known each other for a long time. We've had good softball careers together.
yeah.
Both opposing and on the same team with the Beer 30s team. Shout out to Beer 30s.
Yeah. We got a lot of mutual friends, especially of course the Beer 30s team.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've been on some other great teams with some great people, and I actually saw some of them log in a little bit earlier on the Facebook chat. So let me just test this out.
Oh man, I shouldn't have shaved. Definitely wants at least 2 more pounds.
Here we go. Okay, great. Now, actually, we've got a bunch of people on here. I didn't see them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So the coolest thing here is I actually started this, I started this page just yesterday.
And, I can tell.
Yeah. I mean,
crayon.
Exactly. I started the page yesterday, and just right now, after like maybe an hour or so, we actually have like over 100 people that hit like and wanted to see what kind of shenanigans we're gonna bring. So, what's that?
I said shout out to our moms.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah. Anyway, I guess kind of getting back to like how we know each other. I mean, we met each other so many years ago, but I'm older than you. Mm-hmm. And so, at the time we didn't have any of the same friend circles. I knew you through my sister-in-law, and she wasn't my sister-in-law at the time. She was, the sister of the girl I was dating, because that's how long ago it was, And, of course, she became my sister-in-law, and she actually helped with the artwork on my show, so I'm pretty pumped.
At least someone did a good job on it.
Yeah. That's not a lie.
No.
I mean, I did the best I could, but I got to tell you, I am all thumbs when it comes to Photoshop, and because I had to learn Photoshop and this broadcaster software and all kinds of stuff. So it's really been a lot. It's been a lot to try and learn, and I'm not good at it yet, so
no, you'll get better every day.
Hence the reason why I was a few minutes late in starting this thing up. So,
well, for anyone that's listening, they don't know what it's like in here. It's real nice. You did a great job down here.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah,
Live from the center of Denny's bar.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little man cave. So, yeah, and it's been a great place so far for the past couple years, where I've invited people over, and we've talked about anything and everything, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that this was going to stay organic and not be like a scripted kind of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Let me throw away my notes.
Yeah, I mean, if people come in and they want to talk about one thing in particular, that's totally fine. But I'm gonna be who I am, and I'm probably
like
gonna wing it.
Psychiatrist session.
Yeah.
It all started when I was 5 years old.
So yeah, and so I mean, I've had people come over that I ended up becoming really good friends with them because they came over and we just had these great conversations. And I've had people come over in some of the best of times where we've had some pretty fantastic parties. You've been involved in some of those.
No.
Yeah. and I've had my high school reunion. The after party was here at Denny's bar, and
all 3 people.
What's that?
I said all 3 people.
Yeah. And I've had people come in and just talk about some tragedies that have happened, and all that stuff is it's real life stuff, and that's why my tagline here is real talk with real people. I want to have my friends come over. I mean, I've got some pretty interesting friends. Like, you're a pretty interesting guy, and
you're a lot of drugs.
You're always down for a good joke, and I love that about you. And
like this, brother.
And I just I know that this whole thing is really just for me to have fun with my friends. And so I've had some people that kind of suggested, they say, well, you should do this, or you should do it shorter, or you should do it longer, or you should have this scripted, or you should do that. And I'm just like, if I'm doing that, I'm not having fun. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not having fun, it's not worth it for me.
Yeah, I mean, our entire friendship has been I don't want to say ad-lib, but it's improvised, It's like, we're not going to just come here and script something. It's just real life,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you and I both know a lot of people through work, softball, school. But the thing is that we've kind of weeded out it's more of acquaintance people, and then we've kept a close group of real people. You know, that's why I think our Beer 30s team really clicks, just because it's all real people and they have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, and this, I kind of saw this as a way to invite people into my home and to invite people into what I do.
So that's why there's all those people in that well right there. The
Legit,
lotion.
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I wanted to invite people into, my home and what I do here and my silly little bar that I put together so I could have fun with my friends. Yeah. And, I've got some people that I reached out to on Facebook that, no joke, I haven't seen them for 20, 25 years, and they had an impact on my life, and they probably don't even know it. And so I wanted to use this to kind of, send out that message that, hey, I might invite you to come over and just have a beer, and why don't we just have a beer and we can just talk. I mean, we can talk about the beer, we can talk about the football game, any of that kind of stuff. So thank you.
And right. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Yeah, because of that bomb. Thanks. I did see the comments. Some of you figured out that we did, in fact, need a refill.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you for that. So anyway, I kind of got railroaded here a little bit. I forgot what we were talking about. Like, I don't even know where we were at.
And that's it.
And that's it, folks. No, I didn't realize that I had this much beer left, to be honest. I made beer a while ago. A lot of the people that are probably watching this had a chance to test some of this beer, and
it's good stuff.
It's not bad. Yeah. It's not bad. But I still have some left, and I'm kind of psyched about that.
Don't get your hopes up, folks. It's going to be gone by the time we're done.
It will. Hey, you know what? I have you as an indentured servant to help me make some more beers. So.
Never been told that before.
Yeah. You are. I'm sorry. No,
okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. So for those of you who might be curious as to what that really means,
we're going to spend the rest of the show talking about what indentured servant is.
So. A friend of mine, Jesse Boulay, he actually has been collecting beer taps for me, and all different brands, most of which I can't show you because it's against the terms of service to do that kind of thing and show that kind of stuff. Yeah, but some of them are really, really cool, and they're like some of the best ones I have they're like made of ceramic, and they're from Germany, and all kinds of. They're just really cool.
It's Germany, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of beer was that was the one that you liked?
Weinstefan.
Okay.
That's the oldest brewery in the world.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So anyway, that was a really cool beer tap, and it was made of ceramic, and basically you agreed to help me make all the home brews for the rest of forever, so that you could.
Yeah, I remember that.
Tap. Yeah,
yeah, yep, yeah.
So
nothing's written, but it was a gentleman's agreement.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Would you look at the time?
Yeah. So, just so if anybody's curious, I talked about some of the tech things that I wanted to be able to do with this show, and I haven't been able to figure it out yet because some of it requires programming, and that I am not. And I don't think you have to be a programmer. It's just you got to find the right information, and there's not a lot of people that are doing exactly what I'm doing here. So, not a lot of people are doing like a home talk show. And that kind of thing. So, like, there's a lot of people doing like gaming channels. Mm-hmm. So that's actually what I had to do is I had to make a gaming channel just so I could like figure out how to stream this thing. And one of the cool things that's this software that I'm using is able to do is you can take all of these comments that people have, and you can actually
those comments.
Yeah, you can actually have the comments scroll on the show.
Very sensitive guys.
So just say the meanest stuff. Zach loves that.
Yeah. Mom, please get off of this right now.
So yeah, so yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to like this. Thank you, wife. Like, there we go.
That should have been done before your comment.
Like that.
Earlier.
Yeah. So just so anybody wants to know, Jessica basically gave me the lowdown on how the volume wasn't high enough, and when she did, I turned everything off, and then I told her to leave me alone. so I was kind of mean, and I'm sorry, Jess. So
shout out to Jess.
Yeah, shout out to Jess. Shout out to Jess.
Is it weird that we're in our 30s and 40s and we're excited about next year's softball season, and we just finished?
I'm always excited about softball, man.
It's a good outlet, you know?
It is, and
roll and shave our bats. And,
yeah.
Bagging for lower league teams.
Yeah, roll and shave at bats. Can't even get the ball out of the infield. That's about how I feel.
Yeah, or get a pinch runner every time you hit a single.
Well, that's definitely how I feel.
Yeah, me too.
you know that's real life for me. But
me as well.
Thanks, guys, for letting me do that. I appreciate it.
Just give someone else an opportunity to get on base and see what it's like to score.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just trying to be a nice guy.
Yeah. And we're givers. All right, that's weird.
So, yeah, I mean, we've been playing ball now for, well, what, more than a decade?
I've been playing softball for like 10 years.
Yeah, and
I didn't think I'd ever play.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody came up to me and said you should play softball in Lewiston. I'm going, yeah, I'm all set. I'm playing college baseball.
Yep.
I'm good to go. And I went and hit a home run my first at bat at LAP. And I'm addicted to it now.
Yeah.
You know?
That's kind of how it goes. I mean, you know, everybody that hasn't played looks at the sport and they say, well, geez, you know, it's so easy. Who's not going to hit the ball? Of course you're going to hit the ball. I mean, everybody makes contact, but it's a smaller field. There's more people on it. Yeah.
The sun was in my eyes behind me.
You know, there's more people on it, and it's not just about hitting the ball. It's about hitting the ball where you want. It's about hitting the ball through the gaps.
To the woods.
Yeah, into the woods. That's also a good gap to hit the ball into. I used to be able to do that kind of thing.
You still can. You still can.
Yeah, I'm happy just slapping my base hits and calling it good.
Being a team player.
Yeah, man. So I think we're fragmenting up a little bit on the stream. So hopefully that'll clear up a little bit. It's just some stream lag, I hope. But
anything's better than the league draft that we had last year. It froze up, so good so far.
Yeah, I think I was projecting that, wasn't I?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, I was projecting that.
It's still fun. It's going to be a good party this year.
Yeah.
And do it over the rec department and have a lot of giveaways and everything.
Yeah, Jesse's been trying to get me to play Old Man League, and I was really considering it, but I'm just not ready to let go, man. I want to do probably one more year of regular draft league.
It's tough. I mean, I'll be 33 in a couple weeks, and I keep daydreaming that next year is going to be better, and meanwhile, I just get older, my stats get worse, and I'm watching the younger guys come up and doing what I used to do. So I'm not hanging up my cleats by any means, but it's definitely nice to hand the baton over to the next guys and see what they can do.
Yeah, I think that you're not giving yourself enough credit. I think you're
that's why we have this show. Let's talk
about it.
There you
go. That's right. That's right. No, you're an excellent player, and honestly, like a lot of the guys, but not all, but a lot of the guys that I played ball with, especially in this league, because this league is really, you know, our local league has helped the players grow to become much better players. And so, like, what we used to see is, you know, say 8-10 years ago, is just everybody was just trying to hit a home run every at bat. Everybody was just pulling the ball every at bat, and it wasn't a complete game, and the batters were not complete batters. But then we started playing in all these leagues where limited home runs, and tournaments where home runs are inning ending, and when you start doing that, it becomes a much more complete game where batters have to learn how to place hit. They have to learn how to hit the gaps. They have to learn how to hit opposite field. They have to be strategic in what their approach is when they go up. If there's 2 outs, you're going to do one thing. If there's 1 out, you're going to do something different. Always doing what's best for the team. Those teams where all the players can come together and just be strategic like that, those are the teams that win. And when it's not just individuals trying to be that guy that hits that home run when it's a solo shot or whatever, And I think one of the reasons why our club, the Beer 30s, has been good is we got young guys that have all that athletic talent, and they get it. They know that you can't just be out there for yourself, and it's got to be a team effort. And so everybody's just hitting base hits and not swinging for the fence when they shouldn't be, and that's really what makes a great team. Plus all the great parties we've had, and a couple good times here at the bar.
I was going to say more of the great parties, and then we just play softball. That's additional to it.
We're pretty good at partying.
Yeah, we have a good time. No, the thing that I like about the draft league is it gives a lot of players an opportunity to show what they can do. I myself used to just be a home run or a single to left. I couldn't hit the ball to right. It was actually Scott Corvo who had made a comment to me about trying to learn to hit to right field, practice that. But not to talk too much about Beer 30, but on paper, you wouldn't think it's the best team, but we just our chemistry is what works. No win or lose, at the end of the game, we're all best friends. We're hanging out. So that's what it's all about. The softball community is really close. Unfortunately, the softball community's had a lot of tough breaks, a lot of inconvenient things. Unfortunately, we've had some tragic deaths. We've all come together, and we realize that softball is secondary to everything else. So
for sure,
I can definitely say in the 10 years I've been playing softball, I've developed a lot of really good friendships. Met a lot of people that I'd probably never meet. I'm busy working a lot, so it's a family.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the thing that really kind of backed that up and made that kind of solidified that in my mind was, when we did some traveling and played ball out of state, and we see teams of people that we don't get along with them when we're here because we play against them all the time, and we don't like this guy or we don't like that guy or whatever. And then we play against them, or even we see them down there, and they're rooting for us, we're rooting for them. Because
it's fake, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's and it's just we want to see our local team represent, and that's cool. The same thing can be said about anything like even Maine. We could trash on the state of Maine and say, "Oh, I can't wait to get out of here." But then you meet someone from Maine out of state, and "Oh yeah, that's where I'm from." Yeah. So. All of a sudden, there's a sense of pride that they never had.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. And I don't know. I mean, Maine is a weird place. I've lived here just about my whole life. I moved away for a short period of time, and
it's home, man.
It's home. That's exactly it.
It's all what you make of it.
It's just home. And when I moved away, it was easy for me to see all the great things about the other place that I was at. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's never felt like home. And then all I had to do was drive into the state of Maine, and I'm like, this is my home.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I lived in Boston for 8 years, and I had the luxury of playing college baseball, traveling the whole country. And everywhere I'd go, take a step back, and you're like, all right, well, they've got a Walmart, they've got a pizza place, a mall, hole-in-the-wall bar. It's the same thing that I have back home in Maine. And living in Boston was nice because I was only 2.5 hours away from home. So it was home away from home. But every time I came over the Piscataqua Bridge in New Hampshire, I just felt that weight lift right off my shoulder. And it just smooth cruising the rest of the way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely agree. Oh, I'm looking at the Facebook comments here, and
oh, sorry, I got a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Jazz. Our biggest fan.
Hey, we got O'Grady, we got Guard, and all kinds of people just logging in. And thank you, by the way, anybody who's just taking the time to want to be a part of this and just come by and say hi. It's cool. We really appreciate it.
I gotta say, before we sat down, Danny told me that can't bash on anyone, but he didn't say that I couldn't say anything good. And Chris O'Grady, you played on our A's team the first year of draft league. What a mess that was, huh?
That was a mess.
5 first basemen drafted, and I took over the team after like an 0-4 start. We finished 3-11 or something.
Yeah,
2-12, I think it was.
We had a couple wins. I was happy with that. I mean,
we had
considering the team we started with. That was impressive.
You and I were in the outfield.
Yeah,
I was playing third base.
Yeah.
6'4", 280-pound left-handed third baseman.
Yep.
Yeah, but Chris O'Grady, hell of a team player. He put 110% every single game. Yeah,
for sure.
Dude. Good luck coaching next year.
Yeah. Good luck, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've met some really, really cool people. Like, of the teams that I've been on, I can't say that there's somebody that I definitively didn't like. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that just I like everybody anyway because I'm just that kind of guy.
Yeah.
But there's definitely like I got to know people, and as time's gone by, I realized that like that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people, they talk to me and they say, "Oh, I don't like people or whatever," and honestly, it's kind of sad. Like if you're not able to enjoy the people that are in your life, then that's just it's not good.
Life's short, man.
That's what I'm saying.
We know that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I over the past like year, I actually had a couple really close friends that I kept in touch with. I really cared about. They passed, and it puts stuff like this into perspective. Where it's like, I don't know why, but I felt like I had to do this kind of thing. I had watched a few podcasts and I had seen what they were doing. I saw the fun they were having, and I'm like, I want to do that. And I'm like, I do that kind of thing at my bar anyway. So why wouldn't I just start my own thing and just make it a thing? And if it catches on, that's awesome. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
In the worst case scenario, we could unplug this, and I can sit here with headphones on and just talk to each other and pretend.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna, whether I have mics and headphones, I'm gonna have beers with my friends at my bar the same way anyway.
That's the only reason I came.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, hey, you want a beer? Sure. Yeah. And then you put headphones on.
There you go. Well, that is one of the rules at Denny's bar is, beer is free at Denny's bar.
Good beer.
Hey, thanks, man.
That's right.
So, by the way, these are home brews. I made them. And, I mean, let's see. This one here is, this is the Half Century. And my good friend, Chris Dimkoski, he helped me name that. So shout out to Chris. Dimmer. That's right. And so
Dimmer's a good dude.
So I made this one. I didn't know what to name it, so he helped me name that one. I got another one that's a chocolate caramel. If you want to dig into that one, I think I got some left.
No, not at all. Go.
Yeah, you want to try it?
Yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
Let's try that then.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the camera onto.
I'll talk to people.
Mr. Zack Timmermeyer.
Let me try to sell them some Jeeps. You can get a Dodge Ram. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, viewers. So we've got a Facebook Live up right now. If you want to go ahead and put some comments in, some Oh, yes. Some ideas for things for us to talk about. We're kind of just winging it right now, having a good time. Get some football in the background. I'm sure that's what a lot of you guys are doing. But since the Patriots game's not on until later on tonight, I think we have quite a few viewers. At least four.
Hey, there we go. All right. So I got another camera angle, and I just figured people might want to see that. What the hell? Why not? Right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Actually, let me switch to here. Oh, there we go.
Hard cider.
The hard cider. Yeah, she's
Good
got a
stuff.
good point. Thank you, Kelly. So, yeah, I've got, I make hard cider, and I've actually got frozen cider ready to go. So I just need 1 day in advance so that I can thaw it out, and then we can make cider. So we can make cider, we can make beer. I've got ingredients to do all kinds of stuff, man.
Or we could just go to Ruper's and buy some.
We could.
Yeah, but we're not going to.
Yeah. No. I like making my own thing. I put a small spin on stuff. I try not to make stuff like too extreme. Every once in a while
Definitely
I will, just
packs
because
a
my
punch.
friends like it, you know.
Mm-hmm. This is really good.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Really good.
Most people like this one. This is the chocolate caramel.
Kelly Briggs, to answer your question, favorite movie. What do you think, favorite movie? That's a tough one. There's so many good movies. They change my answer all the time.
All right.
The Goonies is up there.
Yeah, you think so?
Sandlot, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, I'm I don't know. I'm kind of a super nerd. I'm really a super nerd. I got into this whole superhero thing, and
on to the next question. So.
Yeah. No, I really got into it, and so yeah, whatever. So I'm a nerd over it, but
there's nothing wrong with that, man. I'm telling you, I never thought at 33 that I'd be saying when I was a kid the movies were just so much better.
Yeah,
you know, it's crazy. I mean, I remember when movies would come out in the 90s, early 2000s, and my father would say, "Oh, that movie was big." When I was younger, you know, they'd have just 2 movies would come out, and they'd stay there for 6 months. And if you wanted to see it, you didn't get it on VHS. You had to go see it at the theater again. Well, it took 30-plus years for those movies to be redone. And you had no idea. Now they're remaking a movie every 3-4 years, and you're going, "Oh, come on." You know? There's nothing worse than when they take nostalgia and they have a cash grab, and they're just like, "Oh, that's what everyone in the 90s loved, so we're going to make another movie, and it's just going to be a bust."
Yeah.
But who cares? It's going to make money.
I do like the stuff that has a newer twist on it, but like I was kind of saying, is like I really got into the superhero thing, and I just it's true that it's really formulaic, and that part of it I'm not really into.
Danny, I gotta be honest with you. I gotta grab a thesaurus next time I come here, man. Or a dictionary at least. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure. No, Captain America: Winter Soldier, love it. It's an espionage film. It's so cool.
I hope you get royalties if people.
I'm all about it, man. Yeah. I'm all about it, and you know, I mean, anybody that knows me knows that. Like, I've always been a fan of, you know, Captain America, because I thought, you know, he represents, you know, being a leader and not being the most powerful, not, you know, still being vulnerable, and still having something to add to the team. You know?
Sounds like you lived through his character vicariously. You know, as a father, as a husband, you know, as a softball player.
Well, you know, I mean, I play a bunch of ball, and the biggest thing for me is I want to be able to contribute to my teams. Like, I want to add value to my team, and I think over the years I've become that guy. Like, I want to be that reliable guy where people are just like, yeah, he's going to get in, he's going to help us. Like, that's what I want to be. That's what I've always wanted to be. And
yeah, it's tough though, man, because I'd say in the 10 years I've been playing softball, I mean, when you and I first started, I hated when the guy that was pitching for our team threw your ball, because you'd put it 400 feet. You'd smash it. You still smash the ball. But I've been on some teams that were just stacked on paper. but there was no chemistry, and everyone was a me player. They'd get up and they just wanted to do what was best for them, not for the team. You know, so I mean, yeah, I know it's important to go up to bat and, you know, be guaranteed that you're going to do something and everyone can rely on you. But at the same time, we've always put 110% in. There's a lot of guys out there that statistically, maybe they're not the best players out there, but they go out and they have heart. And that's something that you just can't teach. You know, that's the one thing about the draft league that's difficult, is that when you draft a team, you might have a team on paper that's stacked and you're thinking, all right, we're gonna win the whole thing. But if you don't play as a team, you don't have guys to just go out there and do their job and be the best team player, it's nothing, you know.
Totally agree.
That's all I was asking you to do, is just to appreciate that.
You know, just be the best player that's ever played ball ever, and, you know, hit 1,000.
We want bronze statues at Penn Park of us.
Right, yeah, I mean, clearly. No, I mean, I've always given it everything I got. I've always tried to be mindful of what the team needs, every at bat, every play, and you know, I mean, quite frankly, there are plenty of guys out there that are just straight up better athletically than me, and I know it.
Me too.
Even when I was in my prime, which I no longer am, you know, there were guys out there that, you know, just had that magic. They just, you know, they were just those kind of athletes. And for me, I've always had to rely on putting in the extra effort off the field, whether it was in the weight room or whether it was working on my mechanics for something else, because it didn't come to me like it came to other people. Like, there are some people that do something one time or even no times, and they just get out there, they start making diving plays, and they're that kind of athlete. And I never was. So I always had to really train myself to be better. And as much as I trained myself, I reached the pinnacle of what I could do, but that was it. And, you know, that was a while ago when, you know, I was younger and faster and stronger and more athletic. And
the big thing is confidence.
Well, now I play with a different mindset. You know,
it's all about mindset.
Yeah.
You get up to bat and think positive, like, I'm going to get something done. I can tell you firsthand, there's times I go up to bat and I'm just automatic. I know exactly where I want to put the ball, and I have confidence that based on where the pitch is, I'm going to put it there. And then there's times where I'm afraid to hit the ball. I'm thinking, all right, well, what if I hit this for an accidental home run? And then I end up hitting a pop fly. You know, it's all about mindset and confidence.
For sure, yeah. I mean, when I play on a better team, I play better. It's one of those things where it's contagious. And when people are just hitting all around me, I'm just like, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I have that kind of confidence. I get up there and I'm not overthinking it, but I get up there and I say, okay, what's my strategy? I'm going to do this if I get this kind of pitch. I'm going to do that if I get this kind of pitch. And then I go up there and I do it. And, you know, when I play on a team that's really struggling, I'm like, oh, crap. I absolutely have to be the guy that gets on base, and I have to push it over to right field because nobody's on base. And so I'm trying to do that kind of thing, and I'm trying too hard. I'm overthinking it. And that's when I don't do well.
You know, that's a tough thing. You got to find the fun. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I could work a 12-hour shift at work and not sell a single car and walk out going, But then I go to softball, a 1-hour game that I pay for, and go 0 for 3 and be so down on myself for the rest of the week. That's like, I just, you know.
Oh, my God, that's so real. I think, oh, my God, my wife knows this so much because it's
an outlet, Danny.
I take it, it's an outlet.
We get out of work and stress. You know, we go and we shine.
The great thing is that if I go there and I do well, I feel fantastic about myself. I'm like, I helped my team. I had a good game. I feel good about myself. But then when I do poorly, I'm like, I hate myself. I'm useless. I'm worthless. And I hate myself. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, thankfully that doesn't happen more often than the other one, but it happens. And when it does, guys like Jesse, they're all over me. Jesse, Josh, you know, they
I can
they call me Eeyore.
I always thought I was a team player, but you know, there's times that I'll go 1 for 4, no home runs, and we won 25-10, and I'm pissed off. And then there's times where we lost 24-10, and I went 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs, and that's okay. You know,
yeah. I mean,
at the end of the day, you obviously want yourself because it's an outlet. You know, it's our way to go out there, even in our 30s and 40s, and we go, and that's our chance to shine. You know, we could have a bad day, and
I love how you were including me in this 30s and 40s thing because you want to say 30s, and that used to be true just a few weeks ago. Yeah. But I turned 40, and all these guys came to my party, and so many of my friends made it, and it was something special for me.
It was a fun time.
I didn't think that many people gave a shit about me.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
That's why I was surprised when I got there.
That's fine. Yeah.
Jess had to pay a lot of people to get there.
No kidding, right? Yeah. What did she tell them?
That's why you got to work overtime.
What did she tell them to get them all there? Yeah, that was a great party. There's a few people that I kind of reached out to, and I said, hey, you know, I missed you at my party. I wish I'd seen you there. But for the most part, there was a lot of people, and I was really overwhelmed. And, you know, I can't believe that many people gave enough of a crap about me to make the time in their schedule just to come out and have fun.
Of course.
And I hope they had a blast because I know I had a blast. Yeah. At least people tell me I had a blast because at that night I was fed a lot of drinks.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, everyone goes through the phases in life where they're kind of wondering, like, does anyone care about me? You know, and everyone can. There's a lot of people that can say, "Well, I don't care what people think about me." But at the end of the day, they're thinking, "Well, if I died today, who would show up to my funeral?" You got
to care a little bit.
You know, it's a good feeling, no matter how old you are. You know, it's it's family.
I've got the best friends and family. I mean, I really do. And that's
once we're off air, tell me about the other people.
And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this. Is just I've got such interesting friends and family, and I care about them a lot, and I wanted them to come on, and you know, there are people that I've met, a lot of them I met through sports or whatever, and I want to get to know them. I want to have a beer with them, and I just want to talk and take that conversation wherever it goes, you know, and I don't want them to be overly nervous and, you know, have to worry about, you know, saying the wrong thing or whatever.
Dude, I could talk to a tree stump, and before I came over here, I'm thinking, what the hell are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, I mean, I think that's a valid question, but I'm never going to have like one specific answer, except for there are a few people I know that, like I've got this one friend. He's a fighter pilot. Right? I want to talk about that.
Yeah, we all have.
Like, yeah. I'm going to talk about that because that's the coolest thing I ever heard. Right?
Oh, well, thanks for. Yeah. Now I feel.
I'm
great
sorry.
About this show.
Hey, I'm not a fighter pilot, so
neither am I. Yeah. So. Sorry, I guess I'm not that friend.
So yeah,
I've got a fighter pilot and I've got a salesperson.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the fighter pilot to be on here.
Yeah, project manager, fighter pilot,
and whatever. You know, we got to make a living somehow. You know?
Yeah. So I intend to invite him. I actually already kind of technically invited him, but I mean, I've got all kinds of friends.
Stay tuned for fighter pilot stories.
Right. Yeah, and I've got friends that you know, they're successful. They started businesses locally. I've got you know,
you're
friends that are
continuing
in
to make
academia.
Me feel really good about myself. I can't wait for this season. We've got so many great guests ahead of us.
You should feel great about yourself. Who's number one?
That's all that matters.
Oh. All right. Yeah, well, you know. I'm glad
I'm
that
going to
you.
be watching
I'm glad
the
that
rest
you
of your
said
podcast
yes.
because if you say that,
Yeah, now everybody's gonna be like,
it's just like when you go to a concert, every single city. Portland, we love you. You're the best.
Yeah.
That's what you said in Boston last night.
Well, I'm going to tell every guest from now on that they're number one. So
All right.
And here's the reality is that we're recording this, but and actually, people really should know this. I may have it as the ticker at the bottom of the screen, but people should know that I'm going to be doing this on YouTube. So I'm going to have a YouTube channel, and what we're doing here is we're starting this whole thing off, making some recordings so that there's actually a few of them that you can watch once we start doing them live on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out like a Facebook notification so that people can hopefully go and watch this show on YouTube.
So Denny's a billionaire from YouTube.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've invested more time, effort, and money than anything I'm going to get out of it. But
I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, but I need to do this. It's an outlet for me, and I want to have fun.
I think the beer that you're giving me today is more than you'll get out of it.
There you go. You're probably right.
Hey, that's okay. We're having fun. You know?
That's what I'm saying is that, I've said it a few times. If I'm not having fun doing this, I'm not going to do it. Like this is a fun thing for me, and on Facebook, I'll put it on there as a monetized thing. Doesn't mean that anybody has to pay for it. It's still free. It's just that there'll be ads that play occasionally. And so when that channel starts, it's a show. You can just watch it. And if you like it, you'll watch it. Hopefully you'll hit the like button on there and share it and stuff. But if you don't, then you won't. And
it's so big that
I'm still doing this. I'm
your
still going to
intro
do
is
it.
going to be on Guitar Hero someday.
Well, I made this setup so that it's expandable, so I can have a few more guests, and I also made it so that people could actually plug in musical equipment, and they can come in and play instruments or whatever, and it'll all go through the mixer. It'll all go through here.
Thanks for the heads up.
What's that?
I said thanks for the heads up. I would have brought my recorders.
Oh, you should have. You should have.
Next time.
Yeah.
I'll go be a fighter pilot and you want
one of the things that I plan on doing too is setting this thing up so that I can play video clips, stuff that we can comment on. There's also going to be like another way to have like a scrolling chat so that you guys because on Facebook you guys all get that scrolling chat, but on YouTube it doesn't work that way. So you would have to have it as a scene basically. And so I plan on doing that kind of thing, but this is all stuff I'm just learning. So I'm YouTubing everything. I'm trying to learn how to use this software and how to use all kinds of ancillary software that I don't know how to use any of it.
The big thing is the material, though. You can learn how to use the software and everything, but if we got nothing to talk about, that's the thing. We could just go on and on.
Yeah, look, I've had enough people here and had interesting enough conversations where I'm not worried about that.
If only the viewers or listeners knew some of the stories that have happened here.
Well, yeah, maybe that'll get out at some point. What's that?
They won't.
Whatever.
Lollipops and stuff.
Well, who doesn't like those?
Yeah, right. Do we have any comments on Facebook? Any questions or anything?
Yeah, I'm curious here. What do we got here?
Oh, Jacob Fournier, 41.
Jessica's broke. Poor Jessica is married to a 40-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for her. See, Adam is on board. That's why DC movies suck. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody misses Christian Bale. Kelly misses Christian Bale as Batman. He was pretty good. He was pretty dark.
Yeah, well, that's it. All right. Thank you for your comments, guys.
Oh, yeah. So Jessica brought up a really good point, is that if you happen to be a part of our football fantasy draft and you get last place for the year, that's not good for you. It's not good for you. And Mr. Walter Morris, yeah, he found that out. You want to explain what we're talking about?
We put him in a onesie unicorn suit. I wasn't there, but I was told he had to go buy the beer at Hannaford or something wearing that.
Yeah, I mean, you might have been there for the unicorn suit.
I wasn't there for that, but I was there for Mike's going away party where Wally took off the unicorn suit, and then I tried it on, and it was like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy, fat guy in a little coat.
It probably fit you really well.
Oh yeah. That unicorn suit's gone. Pretty sure I ripped a big hole in the back of it.
It's only gone as of a few days ago.
Oh, okay. So you're a hoarder. All right. That boy.
Yeah, thank you. So, I just spared you all from some noises you didn't want to hear.
Yeah. I wasn't spared, but that's okay.
All right. Well, let's look at this right here. We're going to check out if we got any more. Anybody else got anything to say?
Well, we got a good amount of viewers, you know. This is just the first one. We're just breaking open the software and talking about nothing. It's like a Seinfeld episode where we're sitting at a bar drinking. It's like Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, more viewers will pop on. They'll start saying more comments about things they want to talk about. It's tough because you want to be neutral, you know, no talk about politics or religion or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to be so polarizing. You know, it's not really a lane I want to be in.
Yeah.
I know that's, you know, some people are really passionate about that. And, you know, while I want to be respectful that, you know, it matters a lot to them, it's not a lane I want to be in.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, everyone has a different background. And I think that's a difficult thing about politics is that, for one, no one really knows what's going on. And two, nobody actually takes the time to talk to someone else of the different political party or standpoint and find out where they came from. You know what I mean? Things could happen in their life that cause them to believe that, think that way.
You know what I think is that I don't trust any of the information sources that I get.
Who knows what is real? You know, that's a frustrating thing.
That's it.
You know, I mean, I feel like a lot of people get their information from what they read on Facebook and everything, but how do we not know something happens and they're like, all right, tomorrow morning's newspaper is going to read this, which is completely different than what really happened. You know, but we read into it and we believe it, and then we have our opinions, and we don't even know what's going on. And then it causes relatives and people that have loved each other their whole lives to not even talk again. It's unfortunate, you know. I think the average person is they care about people. They're pretty liberal people as far as they care about society and one another. And then they also know that there's a budget. So they're kind of in the middle, but we get pulled apart very easily. Let's just be good people. That's all that matters, you know? We live and we die. You know, just be a good person, treat everyone with respect, and if they don't deserve it, then...
I like that. You know. I don't know that that's like a main motive for most people.
I don't know, man. There's 350 million people in this country.
The's some good ones. There's some good ones. I will say this is that...
There's some bad ones, too.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. It's just... You know, I've had some really, really good people affect my life, and yeah, I mean, I'm like anybody. I've had some people that were just trash, and
people come and go.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but I've been fortunate enough to surround myself with the good ones. Mm-hmm. You know, and so those are the kind of people that are going to be invited to come to the Philippon Beer Den. And
I might not be talking on the microphone next week, but I'll at least be sitting on the couch eating some pizza or something.
Hey, it's all good.
It's all good. It's always a good time at Denny's Bar.
Yeah. So with that, I just want to say, let's call it good for today. Thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks
Zach,
for having me.
Thanks for being my guest. And everybody, this is Real Talk with Real People. I want you to share this with your friends. We are going to be starting a YouTube channel. And, I just thank you, everybody, that took the time to, make a comment and to just be a part of this. I really appreciate it. So hopefully we're going to have some more fun, and we'll have more people show up and help us out. And again, have some home brews, and you get to meet my friends.
That's right.
So,
I had a good time. Thanks for having me, Danny.
That's right. That's right, man. Talk to you later.
Later.